The first question is, what do you think is the single most pressing issue to address in Morganton, and why?
I think the single most pressing issue is our economic development. I think we continue every day to compete with other cities and towns. I think economic growth and development is key. I think we have to continue to support a broad base of economic development in our city, which includes small businesses, entrepreneurship, our younger generation who rely on high-speed broadband service, which Compass provides. Tourism is part of that. I think we've got to continue looking to grow and attract business, but we have to look at a broad base of business that helps make us recession-proof, and I think everybody reaps the benefits if we can continue to grow.
Okay. And can you tell me what the city budget was for the fiscal year?
Oh wow, off the top of my head, I don't remember. I think it was $70-some million, I believe, 73 million maybe.
Okay. Yeah, well, when thinking about that budget, do you see any department that you feel is overfunded or underfunded?
That's a good question. I would like to sit down and look at it in more detail. I feel like our city is making a lot of strides and moving forward. We're obviously doing a lot of things right. We've got the School of Science and Math coming, and we continue to develop a vibrant downtown. But I would like to look at some more details in the budget to kind of analyze that a little more closely.
Okay. And how do you feel about the working relationship between the county and the city?
I think it needs to be a good relationship. I think that's part of the success, because Morganton and Burke County, it all goes together. And the more we can work together, the more we can get along and work for the common good of the people, the better off we'll be going forward. So I think that relationship needs to be ongoing, a good one, and try to improve and work together for everybody.
Can you name an item that the council approved this year that you would have voted against, and why?
Nothing that I can think of, to be honest. In looking at the council meetings and attending some of those, there's none. I know the car tax has been a big issue, but they were split 2-2 on that. But nothing comes to mind as far as something that was approved that I would have been against.
Okay. And how do you feel about the city management team, which would include department heads?
I think we have a great city management team. I know I was fortunate enough to attend a meeting recently for all the candidates for city council, and we got to meet the department heads, and we got to hear our city manager Sally Sandy speak, and you could see the passion that she has for the city and the passion that the department heads have for doing their job and serving the citizens of Morganton. I think we've got good people in place. They seem to work well together. They're all seem to be working for the common good of the people of Morganton. So I think we're in good hands.
All right, and a seat has been open on the council. It'll be 2 years come election time. I was just wondering how you feel about having an open seat on the council, and if you were elected, would you do anything to keep that from happening again?
I don't think we should ever have an open seat. I think it needs to be filled in some way. I think it does a disservice to our citizens. I think if we can't come to an agreement, we need to continue trying to find someone that can be approved by the council. So I don't think there should ever be an open seat for any length of time. I think it needs to be filled.
Okay. And out of all the ideas that have been proposed in the most recent downtown master plan, what do you feel is the most important proposal to be funded?
My opinion on the downtown plan is I think we've got to look at what can be self-sustaining. We've got to look at what we can build on, and I think most recently it was approved for the downtown hotel. I think that's a key first piece. I know in looking at the downtown plan, I thought that was probably a key first piece to start with. If we can get that in place, that provides a community service. It will have more people within walking distance of downtown. It's something that can be self-sustaining that we can build upon and go from there.
Okay. And how many council meetings have you attended in the past year?
I've attended the last 3 meetings.
Okay. This one's a little bit of a longer question, but Morganton has a variety of opportunities for recreation, entertainment, leisure, a whole bunch of things. Imagine it's a Saturday morning in Morganton, your day's wide open. Starting when you wake up until the end of the day, how would you spend an ideal Saturday in Morganton?
Wow. My wife and I like to get up early on Saturday morning and walk, and we walk through downtown Morganton. We'll we'll park and walk through there. We'll like to go to the farmers market and take advantage of that. You mentioned we have a lot of opportunities. If there's a show at the Comma, it would be nice to take one of those in, eat at one of our local restaurants. We have a lot to offer, even just in our surrounding area with our state parks and things that are just within a close driving distance. But taking a movie at night, that would be another option. We have a beautiful downtown, and it's as vibrant now as I've ever seen it. And I think we need to continue doing things to keep it that way.
Okay. And now, can you tell me something that you've done in your life that you are particularly proud of?
Wow. Being a father. I'm very family oriented. I prioritize my family. That's why I'm running. I see my oldest daughter graduated from high school this past June. My youngest daughter is a sophomore in high school. I think this is a wonderful place to live, a wonderful place to raise a family and to work. And I told my wife, I said, they're going to be somewhere. They're going to work somewhere. They're going to be a part of some community. Why not here? We think it's a great place. And I like for this to be a place that they can and would want to come to. But I guess being a dad is probably the thing that I'm most proud of.
All right. And then final question. Have you discussed these questions with any candidates we've already interviewed or anyone else who might have knowledge of them?
No, I haven't. No, in fact, I wish I'd known what they were ahead of time, because that was part of it. I like being prepared, but not knowing the questions. No, I have no idea what you're going to ask.